Good boy. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. I didn't even know the video had started. Welcome back to the channel. Cheers, having a cup of tea in my nice mug from Whitby. It's got Christopher Lee on there, Dracula, so that's really cool. It's a miserable Monday today here in Yorkshire. The weather's really drab, it's cloudy, it's wet and it's horrible. But I've just come out and I've been at work for a long day. I started like about 4:30 in the morning, something like that, and I've just got home now and it's like late afternoon. But there's a parcel waiting for me. I've got an idea what this is. Something I've been after for a little while. There's a little bit of a story behind this. I'll go into that in a minute. But this is one of my favourite albums of the 1980s. It had a re-release, a synth album. So not a heavy rock this time, we're going for a synth album. Yes, it is fantastic. Let's get rid of the box. And it's the new re-release, remastering, super deluxe box set of The Art of Falling Apart by Soft Cell. This has just got a release. Absolute classic album from the 80s. To me, it's my favourite Soft Cell album. They only did 4 albums. This is their 3rd album. And I absolutely love it. They did 4 albums. They did the Non-Stop Erotic Cabaret, which was the 1st album. Non-Stop Ecstatic Dancing, which was a 2nd album, but it was a mini album, but it's still an album. This was the 3rd. The Art of Falling Apart, and the 4th album was Last Night in Sodom, which was their sort of breakup album. Or when you listen to this, The Art of Falling Apart, indications there were things weren't going the way they wanted to. But saying that, they reformed over the years and they played a number of concerts and they've done a couple more albums. I went to see them in 1983 at the Hammersmith Palais on the back of this album. This was out in 1983 and I went to the tour. This is why this album means so much to me, and it means even more because obviously the week this come out, Dave Ball sadly passed away. Obviously Soft Cell are Mark Coleman on vocals, Dave Ball was all on the instruments and the music. And unfortunately, Dave Ball passed away the week this came out. So it's a bittersweet kind of week, really, when this release. So the story behind this, I first of all ordered it from a company called Music Magpie. I don't know if you've heard of them. They're a company here in British. They do a lot of second-hand CDs, but they also do new CDs. But I've also discovered that their new stuff is actually outsourced. They don't actually keep it there. Anyway, so I ordered this from them. And I messaged them because about 3 or 4 days gone and still haven't even dispatched it. So I contacted them and said, can you tell me please when you're going to at least dispatch this? And I waited 2 days for a reply. I got a reply, oh, sorry, we're refunding it to you. I thought, why? I'm not asking for a refund. I'm just asking you when you're going to dispatch it. Well, we don't appear to have any stock because they've left it so long to get it out to me. So they refunded it to me. But I said, how can you not have stock? If you go on your site, you still have it listed as in stock. Oh, that's because it's outsourced. So the seller we got it from hadn't had stock. So that's probably a different one we got in now. So if we refund your money, you can reorder it. Okay. So I did that. I reordered it. A day or so later, I got another email from them saying, we'll cancel your order. I said, yeah, you've already cancelled my order. What do you mean you're going to cancel my order again? Oh, you want to cancel your order? No, I was just asking why are you wanting to cancel my order again? Okay, your order's been cancelled. No proper reply. They just went ahead and cancelled it like that. So again, I got another refund from it. So 2 times I've ordered it from Music Magpie. Guys, avoid them. they're not trustworthy and they lie. So because I had an email before all this, I had an email saying sorry for the delay, but it has been dispatched, and it hadn't been dispatched because then I was told it was out of stock in the same day. So anyway, so they didn't send it that time. They refunded my money. So then I went and ordered it from Rough Trade because they said they had stock, and then they said I'll order within the next hour and it'll be dispatched the same day. I went okay, so I'll order it through them. It was a bit more than it was from Music Magpie, so I ordered. So it got about 3 or 4 in the afternoon. I thought I'll drop them a quick message to see what's happening and say, because they said it'll be dispatched the same day, but it's not been dispatched yet. Oh, and I got a message back saying, oh yeah, normally it is, but I've been looking around the warehouse and I can't find this item in stock in our warehouse. Right, here we go again. So I said, look, mate, I really want this item. I don't want it to miss out on it because all these companies messaging me about, oh, our supplier will probably have it. So if you're happy to wait, we will get it from the supplier. I thought, well, that's going to take a week. And then the supplier got to post it to Rough Trade, and then Rough Trade had got to post it to me. I thought, I just don't want to take that risk. So I said, no, mate, just refund my money again. So I got it refunded again, and I went to HMV. What day are we today? Monday. I went to HMV Saturday evening, bang, Monday morning, there it is. A lesson learned, stick to what you know. People slant a lot of these big companies like HMV, but they're reliable, you know, and stuff like that. They have the stock. Both of these other sellers, not Rough Trade, are really good. I'm not putting them down, but Music Magpie have it written on their site in stock. You know, order now, in stock for quick delivery. They didn't even dispatch it. When I said to them, you know, you're going to dispatch it. Oh, well, yeah, we've refunded it. You said I've reordered it. So, you know, I don't want a refund on this. Oh, so you want a refund? No, I don't want a refund. Okay, we'll refund it then. They don't listen to you. They don't listen. So I absolutely hate them. So please avoid Music Magpie at all costs. They're a waste of time. But I'm wasting a lot of time talking about this, aren't we? So why don't we have a deep down look and get a close look at Soft Cell's art of falling apart? Right, so here we are, guys. We're finally here. So this is, like I said, Soft Cell's third album. People always class it as their second, but it is in fact their third, because they had, after they released Non-Stop Erotic Cabaret, they released Non-Stop Static Dancing, which was a mini album of 6 tracks, including a couple of unreleased tracks, Memorabilia and A Man Could Get Lost, plus some different mixes of tracks that were from singles, like What and things like that. Really cool. Both albums are really cool, but this one's my favourite. I just love it. It's more... not serious as such. It's just more accomplished. It was more sort of like mature, if you like, I suppose, if you will. So let's try and take off this cover. Are we going to try and preserve it in, where is it made? Czech Republic. Thank you very much. Lovely. I'm going to try my best to take this off if I can without taking off the whole sheet, if I can help it. Oh, stop doing that, Joff. That's just a waste of time. It's not going to happen. So we're going to take this off now. So as you can see on the back here, it's got the CD listings of what's on the tracks. So we're going to take this off very carefully because I'm going to try and save the stickers. And I'll pop that there. Lovely, and you can see it's covering its full glory now. I've got to take off the Made in Czech Republic. Yeah, when you buy these box sets, guys, if they've got these stickers on the back, Made in Czech Republic or Made in Germany, you know you've got a quality release. Alright, so because these are where the best releases come from this day and age for these sort of sets. Right, so we don't need scissors no more. Right, so let's have a little look then, shall we? So this is the original artwork of the vinyl. I used to have the vinyl, obviously, years ago. There's Marc Almond, and that's the late great Dave Ball there. Really nice, classic 80s album, really cool. So we take out the content. Oh, that is tight. So we put the box there. So what we got here first? We got The Art of Falling Apart, which is going to be our book. And we have, again, once again, the original artwork. And various pictures of these things. So we're just going to move that there, so we've got a bit more space. Oh, the disc's already out. That's what I don't like about when they're not in their cases. But there we go. Can't be helped. This does come out. It is 6 discs. So we've got disc 1. I'll take it. Disc 2. I'll take it. I can't read any writing on these discs. Oh yes, that is CD2. Yeah. So if you take them out and put them in the right place, they should be alright. This should be CD3 then. Just trying to read it along the side here. It's very thin writing. Yep, CD3, disc 3. Disc 4. Disc 5. And disc 6. So I don't like that. I think this, although this is nice and glossy, I just don't like the way I've opened it. One CD was out and that one was nearly out, but could be just because of the bashing about inside the box. But we do have some different artworks there. From, again, these were from the album. That's a picture there supposedly of Marc Almond with the microphone, and it says Ball, Almond and Ball. So that's Dave Ball there with the keyboards. They were just a 2-piece with the odd special guest would come in and appear on their duty. So here's the track listing. We will get on to that very, very shortly. But first, let's have a look at the book. We'll pop that there and we'll move the book here. The Art of Falling Apart. Got to keep standing up, guys. I need to make sure this is on the screen for you. Shall we open it? Yep, so that does open. I'm quite happy to put my sticker on there. If I'm being honest with you. Or I could stick it on the outside, to be honest. Not of the box, I mean of this booklet. Sorry guys, I'm just messing around getting that sticker off. Would be my video, would it, if it wasn't? So I could stick it here. Yes, I think I will. I think it will look quite nice there. There we go. So that's the sticker there. And the sticker says, I forgot to read it to you, 6 CD box set including classic album, newly remastered with a host of rare and previously unreleased music. Also features live, instrumental and extended versions of the studio album in full, plus singles, B-sides, 12-inch mixes, demos, TV sessions and a new mixes and remixes, and contains a hardback illustrated book with lyrics, compiler notes, new essays from Adrian Thrills and an interview with Mark and Dave. And you know, I've been moaning about these sets that they put like a maybe Blu-ray in there, but this would have been one which would have been nice if I had a Blu-ray, not for the audio but for the video. There was a couple of bits I'd love to have seen in this, but didn't make it to the set. One would be like a Blu-ray or DVD of footage of their promo videos. They did a lot of live stuff with this over TV programs like Switch and the Tube, and they did quite a few sort of like live performances in the studio over this album. But also I know that they recorded the Hammersmith Palais show that I went to in 1983, so I had my fingers crossed that it was going to be in here, but sadly it's not. They didn't release the live album. There is a live CD in here, but it's made of different concerts, mostly more modern concerts rather than the early ones, which is a real shame, a little bit of a wasted opportunity, but maybe just because they might not have the tapes for it. But anyway, let's get into the book. Soft Cell, The Art of Falling Apart. So there's Mark Almond looking a lot like Michael Myers. And there's Dave Ball, God rest his soul. Absolutely gutted to hear that he passed away. Really, really upset. So put on her makeup and smooths down the dress and finds the right words to say. This is Chris Smith in May 2025, a little introduction and essay. So I'm happy because it's text heavy. I thought this was just going to be all photographs. With the last Mark Almond box set, Trials of Eyeliner, it was pretty much all the photographs. So I do prefer this with this large essay in here, which is written by Adrian Thrills this year. And then we have some classic pictures of Soft Cell. Really, really cool. I used to have that t-shirt. Yeah, I used to have that t-shirt. I used to wear it all the time. That's cool. These are from the sessions of the album, obviously. And here we have the two singles that were off the album, Where the Heart Is and Numbers. I think Numbers was a double A-side with a track called Barriers. Now this is a breakdown. These are the lyrics for the song here. I thought this was a breakdown, but they're not. They're the actual lyrics. Different variations of the album cover. Again, Mark looking like Michael Myers there. I've met Mark a couple of times. Really lovely guy. Sadly never got to meet Dave, but I've met Mark a couple of times. So it says Mark Almond voice, David Ball instruments. That's a lovely picture there. Dave looks great there, bless his heart. Dave, when Soft Cell first split, he went on to form his own band called The Grid. Had sort of medium success in the sort of like early 90s. But then Soft Cell kind of got back together again and did a few tours, done a couple of albums. And I think there were plans to do even more stuff, but sadly that won't happen now, will it? When this album came out, it was released as a single album with a 12-inch single of the Hendrix Melody and Martin. So there we go, that is the booklet. Very cool. So we're going to need to go through the track listings with you. So they're going to be on the back of here. So let's go through it. So CD1 is The Art of Falling Apart, remastered album. It also has B-sides and bonus 12-inch on there. The bonus 12 inches on here. So we got the album tracks are Forever the Same, Where the Heart Is, Numbers, Heat, Kitchen Sink Drama, Baby Doll, Loving You, Hating Me, The Art of Falling Apart. That was the album. Only 8 tracks. But then the 12-inch was Martin and Hendrix Melody. Now, the song Martin is based upon a film by George Romero called Martin, which is about a young lad who believed he had this vampiric ways. Anyway, that's what that song is based upon. And it also has on that first disc, It's a Mugs Game 7-inch version, which is okay. The 12-inch version is way better. Barriers, the 7-inch version, which was the B-side or the double A-side for Numbers, and Loving You, Hating Me special mix. Disc 2 is the extension of Falling Apart, extended album of original 12-inch and B-sides. So you've got Forever the Same original 12-inch mix, Where the Heart Is original 12-inch mix, Numbers original 12-inch, Heat 2018 extended version, Kitchen Sink Drama 2018 extended version, Baby Doll 2025 extended version. That's been done by Dave Ball. Loving You, Hating Me, the original 12-inch version. The Art of Falling Apart 2018 extended version. It's a Mugs Game, the original 12-inch version. That was the B-side of Where the Heart Is. Barriers, the original 12-inch version, which, like I said, was the B-side of Numbers. Disc 3, the alternative and Falling Apart. Curious Rarities, remixes and new mixes. Starts off with Ghost Rider, new 2025 version with Jim Thirlwell, or Fetus, or Clint Ruin, whatever you want to call him. He changes his name. That was a live track only. Back in the day, it was performed live on the TV program called Switch, with Clint Ruin, who is Jim Thirlwell. 2, Martin, the Hacker 25 remix. It's a Mugs Game, Dave Ball 25 exquisite mix. Where the Heart Is, the Grid remix. Baby Doll, Night Wreckage remix. Barriers, Dave Ball Broken Down Angel mix, full version. Martin, Dave Ball Halloween mix. Where the Heart Is, Marcus Lancaster remix. The Art of Falling Apart, Atomizer remix. Barriers, Dark Poet remix. Heat, Your Man alternative remix, and Martin, Night Wreckage remix. That's disc 3. Disc 4 is the demonstration of Falling Apart, demos and live TV appearances. Forever the Same, the original 1982 demo. Where the Heart Is, original 1982 demo. Numbers, original 1982 demo. Heat, the demo. Kitchen Sink Drama, the demo. Baby Doll demo. Loving You, Hating Me demo. The Art of Falling Apart demo. Numbers, live on the BBC Oxford Roadshow. Heat, live on BBC Oxford Roadshow. Ghost Rider, live on Channel 4 Switch, which is what I told you about. Numbers, 7-inch DJ version. Heat, US version. Baby Doll, non-stop horrific dubbing version. Numbers, non-stop horrific dubbing version. And Barriers, Dave Ball Broken Down Angel dub. CD5 is the instrumentation of Falling Apart. These are instrumentals and dubs. So again, we've got instrumentals of Forever the Same, Where the Heart Is, Numbers, Heat, Kitchen Sink Drama, Baby Doll, Loving You, Hating Me, The Art of Falling Apart. We have It's a Mugs Game 12-inch version instrumental, Martin 2024 dub mix, Hendrix Melody instrumental, Barriers instrumental, and Ghost Rider 1983 backing track. And disc 6 is the performance of Falling Apart, live in London from 2018 to 2021 and more. So Forever the Same is from the O2 show 2018, which I have. Where the Heart Is, live from Hammersmith 2021, I don't have. Numbers, live from O2 2018, I have. Heat from the O2 2018, I have. Kitchen Sink Drama from Hammersmith 2021, I don't have. Baby Doll live at the O2 in 2018. I have. Loving You, Hating Me from the O2 2018. I've got. The Art of Falling Apart at O2 2018. I've got. Martin live at the O2 2018. I've got. Barriers live at the O2 2018. I've got. Hey Joe, Purple Haze live in USA 1983. I don't have. It's a Mugs Game live from the Hammersmith Palais 1983. Now that's from the concert I went to. Ghost Rider live at the Hammersmith Palais 1983. So is that song. And Numbers live from the Hammersmith Palais 1983. So I've got 3 songs on there from the original show that I went to in 1983 to see Soft Cell. And that is the whole set. It's good. It's really good. A couple of comments which I will get to after we've got this all back in there, and we'll end the little unboxing. But yeah, so that is the entire box set. Really nice set, really cool, well made again. And that is a close look at The Art of Falling Apart by Soft Cell, the new box set. So there we are, guys. There's a closer look and unboxing of the new Soft Cell, The Art of Falling Apart box set, my favourite Soft Cell album. So it's really, really great to get this incredible edition of the album. Now, a couple of things that I will say about it. The packaging is stunning. The CD one is a little bit flimsy. Like I said, a lot of box sets lately that I've been getting, like the Who ones and the Beatles ones, are in their individual cases. So that would have been nice if they had that in like individual little sleeves, if you know what I mean, rather than just stuck in, because they can get damaged and scratched trying to get them in and out. Whereas they're in the sleeve, you put them in the sleeve and then you put the sleeve in there. But that's just a little grumble. It doesn't take anything away from it being an amazing set. Now, there's no new tracks, if you like. I mean, yes, it's unreleased tracks, but they're tracks that we've already got, in the sense of like, it's just the album, the 8 tracks and the B-sides recopied over and over and over, different versions, which can be a little bit, how many versions of Martin do we need? I mean, I love the original. I only need that version. And yes, to get a live version, yeah, which is really cool. And I think, do I have a live version from my show? No, I don't. I've got Mugs Game, Ghost Rider and Numbers. So I would have liked it from that show, but we didn't get that. But yeah, there's so many different versions, different mixes, and then a whole CD of my instrumental, which is something I will probably never play. So to me, to make this disc perfect, I would have taken out that instrumental disc and put in a DVD or Blu-ray of the live performances of TV. So they performed on the Tube. They did 2 or 3 tracks on the Tube, including Martin. They did a couple of tracks on the program called Switch, but the Switch tracks I think were, because Ghost Rider was more linked to the Last Night in Sodom, if I remember right, because when they were on Switch, they performed The Soul Inside, which is on that one, and they performed Martin, but they've put Martin into this set, not Martin, Ghost Rider into this set. I don't know if there's any plans for Last Night in Sodom. It would be good if they had. I know they've done a box set of Non-Stop Erotic Cabaret, which I don't have. Kind of missed out on that one. But I do have the deluxe edition, which is a 3 CD. You know, like the deluxe editions that come in like a normal size with like a plastic cover which says deluxe edition. I've got the 3 disc of that, which contains pretty much the album in its entirety, the 12-inch versions, and it also includes, I'm sure that's got Non-Stop Static Dancing in it as well. I'm not quite sure. I'd have to have a little look. I would like to have picked up the the big box set now of this, but this was the baby that I wanted because this is my favourite Soft Cell album. I just fell in love with this. I mean, Soft Cell have been a big part of my life, my entire life. A lot of my friendships from my youth were built, pardon the pun, because that is a Soft Cell song, Youth, were made from being a Soft Cell fan. I used to go down to like our local youth centre again, and there was to be a group of us, sort of like we were called the Freaks, not the Goths or anything like that. We were called the Freaks, and there was a few. I can try and remember names. There was my friend Kevin, there was Gary, there was Woody, there was John, there was Chris, there was Sue, there was Justine, there was Ashley, there was Annabelle, there was Selena, there was Nikki, and we were like a big group of us. And there was Simon, God rest your soul, Simon. I lost my friend Simon earlier this year. Yeah, and his brother Scott. We were all one big group, and we all loved Soft Cell, and it sort of brought us all together. The love of that band. Because they were so different. They come. I mean, at the time I was into Gary Newman at the time, who I absolutely, and I still am. But Soft Cell came out, and they were like, okay, this is different. They were like Sparks, you know. They were like the newer version of Sparks. They were like the Sparks were the 70s, and Soft Cell are the 80s. And I would go and say that the Pet Shop Boys were into the 90s, because although they were 80s, but they sort of took over each other's position, I suppose. But yeah, it kind of worked out like that. And I loved Sparks, and I still do to this day. And they reminded me a lot of them in that sort of sense of, like, you know, one playing the instruments and one singing. But Sparks were a bigger band behind the scene. They were like a full band, but you only looked at them as a two-member because it's the two brothers. But yeah, but these came along, and I thought that's like Sparks, but they were more sort of a Donna Summery, if you like. They had that Giorgio Moroder sound to it, and then they released their debut album, Non-Stop Erotic Cabaret, which was quite jazzy in a lot of it. Too jazzy? It was a lot of sort of jazz music with a lot of clarinets and lots of sort of like trumpets and stuff like that playing in it. And even the single that came after it, Torch, and that were very, very sort of very jazzy, very 1960s Northern Soul based tracks with a very heavy synth music, because obviously Dave just played the keyboards, and this was just different. It was out and out synth. It was like a real synth album. It sort of kind of stripped it right back, and it was really, really cool. And their last album after this was their synth punk album, if you like. It was their Destruction album, but this was their mature album, and I absolutely adore it. I recommend you checking it out, guys, if you've never heard it or listened to it. It's definitely worth it. Amazing. Guys, it's been a long video, but it's a great album, and I'm just glad to have it in my collection. And I'm going to bugger off now because I want to go and listen to this bad boy. Cheers, guys.